Alright, I'm getting a lot of phone calls, via emails, text, Western Union, MoneyGram. And what I want to talk about today is a little bit of airgun safety, okay? Because what's happening is a lot of guys, especially the newbies, you know, don't feel bad if you're a noob. I'm elite, you're a noob. If you're a noob, because you don't know, because no one's told you. Once you learn, you've been doing this for a little bit, now you're not going to be a noob, now you're going to be more experienced, okay? So don't take anything I say the wrong way, but things that I think are common sense, because I've been doing this forever, guys are doing, and I'm like, why are you doing that? And then it's like, okay, I got to think back 15 years ago when I was a noob, and I had those same issues, okay? But I also had the benefit of having somebody to call, like Eric or Big Boar Bob, whenever I had an issue or a subject. You know, I didn't know what was going on. It's like, this doesn't make sense. You know, give me, you know, help me out. So what we're going to talk about a little bit, mostly in this, is just going to be a short video on loading and unloading your air rifle without shooting it. Okay, the big deal is, you know, you're jacked up, you're in your stand, you're in your blind, nothing came by. Okay, now you want to unload the gun, stick it in your, you know, soft case, hard case, whatever, you know, and drive back to the jiggly room with Al Bundy. Alright, so that's what I want to show. I don't have every gun in the world, but I got a few here, almost identical, not quite. Most of the time, this is about the same setup. But please use common sense. Not everyone's gun is the same. XP air guns are different from Extreme. You know, different from Quackenbush, different from Haley, different from the Texan. Each one has their ups and downs, their you know, the way things, you know, function. So a little common sense. You know, once you grasp it, it's not real hard. Okay, it's not real hard. So let's look at a few of these different rifles, and you know, I'll try to do a close-up on this. You do not, please do not act like these guys here.
Are you sure you know how to handle that gun?
Are you kidding? That's the front end, that's the back end, this is the gimmick you pull.
Okay, now we're going to start working with a little bit of a close-up on some of these different air rifles. So let's have some fun. He's so hot and sexy. Alright, this is the Bulldog. Okay, cock it back. Your slug goes in. I'm loaded. This again, you know, there's no tension here. It's totally uncocked or cocked, you know, open, you know, nothing there. Oh, and this is my single shot tray, by the way. So what you're doing, now your slug's in here. That's not going to shake out. So get your plastic cleaning rod that they give you with this baby. See, you tap the bullet out. Okay? So they give you a plastic cleaning rod. Super simple. Tap it out. Look, no damage whatsoever. I'm going to kill me a pig with this. Okay, now, this is open. Here's your trigger. Okay? Both hands tight. Depress your trigger. You just heard it click. Okay? Now you're slowly letting this down. It's unloaded and decocked. You don't have to waste a charge of air. Now you can have fun. Okay, I think this is going to work right. I hope it comes through on the video. Okay, on the Texan, it goes forward and it's cocked. You drop your slug in. Look at that slug. Comes back, it's ready to, you know, shoot a hog and fill your freezer. Bring it back up, open the lever. Most of the time your slug is sticking out, so you can pull that bad boy out. And while it's still up, okay, it's a little tricky. Okay, goes your safety. Okay, there's going to be a little part here, there. You have to just a little bit, the safety goes. Okay, now you can hold your trigger down. Okay. See? Uncocked. Alright. But please, safety first. Don't just, oh, it's uncocked. Bam! You know, just blew a hole in the cat. Alright. Well, if Uncle said I could do it. My name's Larry, Daryl, and Daryl. It's like, no. Safety first, guys, please. Always safety first. Enough problems out there with guys shooting everybody at schools. We don't need air gunners going out there being, you know, the double bonerific people that everyone blames are morons and idiots.
Unless you let me use your new gun.
Oh, no, you don't.
Why?
You don't know how to work it.
Oh, I certainly do. You pick this thing up and down like that, pull back this gadget, and pull the trigger. What the... Oh,
What was that? I just missed that. Now I got a gun from XP Air Guns, Dan McVeigh. All right, this one's a little bit different. Dan makes a single cocking knob that does both functions. So, in this operation, the gun is cocked, goes forward, you put your bullet in, closes it. You want to get your bullet out, it's going to be the same way. And you put a cleaning rod and tap it out, or tilt the gun up, shake it, hopefully that bullet will drop out. If it won't drop out, you're going to have to tap it with a cleaning rod. Okay. To uncock this gun, same way. Pull back, hold the trigger down, let it down. Now it's off. Now you have to be careful because these guns have a high and a low cocking. So that's low, there's high. Don't just go halfway. Say, oh, it's done. That's not done. All the way down. Now it's uncocked. Okay? Cocked. Uncocked. That's how you tote it and carry it. Please pay attention to this. Okay, there's a lot of different air guns out there. I don't know how some of the other ones work, but this is what I've been doing with this. Okay, now we have extreme 12 gauge. Alright, as before, okay, this is your loading port. Drop in your slug, push it forward, positive lock. There's your cocking, there's your safety. Okay, now I've said this before in multiple extreme videos. Don't just slap this down thinking that you're ready. You know, you slap it, there's a good chance that Timony trigger is going to slip and it's going to go off. It wasn't designed for that. That's impractical and unsafe. Okay? So bring it down, you're good to go. It's like, oh, well, I need to get my bullet out. What am I going to do? I don't want to shoot the gun. Well, on these, whether it be a Haley or a Quackenbush, same principle. Grip your cocking knob tight with one hand. Okay? Pull your trigger. Slowly let it down. Okay? Now it's uncocked. It's not going to go off. Open your loading port, and you can either tilt and shake the gun to try to shake the bullet out, or use your cleaning rod and push it out. Okay? This is the same thing, like I said, whether it's a Quackenbush, hey, for guys that still have Haleys, and the extreme, whether it's a 12 gauge, the 308, the 40 cal, the 457, the 500 nitro, 50 cal, any two, you know, setup like this where you've got each separate action, that's what you're going to do with it. Okay? Don't, oh, I got to shoot the bullet out because I can't get the bullet out. No, that's why you always keep a cleaning rod with you, or and most of the time you can tilt the gun back and give it a whack and it'll drop out. Take the pressure off first so you don't kill yourself. Don't blow a hole in your friend. I'll do that again. Cocked, holding it back, holding the trigger, slowly letting it down, uncocked. Okay? Cocked, uncocked. Ain't no half cock in an air rifle.
As long as I got my old trusty shooting iron.
Be careful with that thing.
You got nothing to worry about. I unloaded it, see?
I just realized I do have a Quackenbush gun here. I forgot about this, my old collector. This is one and only Quackenbush 22. Dennis made this one for Eric Henderson when he went to Africa. And this is the big monkey killer. It's mine now, and if you have deep pockets and you're a serious collector, I'll be happy to sell it to you. Look at that stock, buddy. David Lloyd Lee did that. All hand stippling. You know, good woodwork, go see David. But this is not a video right now to talk about David and anyone else and for me to be hacking sales. Okay, this is about safety. Alright? just like the other ones, there's your feed bolt. There's your cocking hammer. Okay? Hold your cocker down, hold your trigger, slowly let forward. Okay? No more spring pressure on there. Alright? Safety is key in this. I've made a few mistakes like everyone else has, especially in the beginning. You know, dry fired a few times, made a few messes, shot a few ceiling tiles. Got a lot of rat poop jumping down on top of me. You don't want that. Alright? You gotta remember, these guns are extremely powerful. Even with no projectile in there, you're still dumping anywhere from 500 to 1,000 psi of compressed air charging down that barrel. Even with no slug, that's enough to blow your brains out, or lack thereof. So, no matter what you're playing with, whether it be a air rifle, air pistol, doesn't make a difference. 22, 12 gauge, 20 millimeter, doesn't make a difference. All these air rifles are putting out a huge amount of air, and that air alone can be deadly. Okay, so please, please, please use all common sense, safety factor in everything you're doing. Alright? You can easily get into the woods, get into your tree, get into where you're going, then put in your bullet ever so quietly, cock it ever so quietly, and now you're sitting and you're ready for your critter to come by. Okay? It's safety first, please. Alright? Go out, kill something, send me a picture. And you remember, no matter what goes on in this world, hollow points rule.
We have met the enemy and the situation is well in hand.
Then right about face.
Certainly.
Oh!